Hi everyone, Kevin Ikov here with Kevin Ikov Ministries, and today I want to talk to you about being in nature and the importance of being in nature and how much liveliness or how more vibrant and just good you'll feel from hanging out in some sort of natural surroundings, being by trees, the importance of trees, anything like that. And so, a lot of you know that I am a strong devotee of Bruno Groening. When you're out in these kinds of settings, you want to keep yourself open. You don't want to cross your arms or your legs or your toes or your fingers. You want to keep everything nice and open and loose. And, if you're sitting, you stay open and your palms sort of facing up on your thighs when you're out there. Or when you're walking, you just walk open with your hands open, and so that you can just draw that energy, that natural energy in as you walk, and you feel the woods, because this is how to develop awareness in nature. That's what this is really about. And so when you're out in nature, you don't want to have your cell phone with you. You don't want to use your cell phone other than to check time or something like that, because you only have a certain amount of time to be there. But you don't really want to use the cell phone or headphones and be running through it. You want to use the energy that lies in nature to help energize and enliven you. And the way to do that the simple way to do that is go to any little small park or place where there are trees and a bench, or bring a small chair with you, or whatever you need to do, or a blanket to sit on the ground, which would be wonderful, or just sit on the ground itself without anything there, and feel the energy of the earth. Take your shoes off, walk in the grass, feel that connection. We don't do enough of that. You want to stay hydrated, and you want to be drinking plenty of water during the day and throughout the day. And especially when you're out in nature, you want to drink water and stay hydrated. You don't want to be laying out in the sun all the time. That's not necessarily healthy per se to do that. Short periods of time are fine, but long periods in the sun aren't good for anybody. And so you want to be out in nature, small park if that's what's by you, or find a small park by you. If the park has a stream, that's even better, to be like near the water or hear the water. It's a very fulfilling experience or sensation to hear that running water in the stream as you sit there, like just open like this, and just listen to it. Listen to the sounds that you hear. The birds chirping, the beetles and the bees buzzing by, the dragonflies buzzing by. Listen for the sounds that are there. You can keep your eyes open or closed and just sort of be in that sort of awareness, conscious awareness state in which you're just observant of everything around you. All the sounds, all the smells, all the things that you sense in that park. And if it's in a big city and there's lots of cars and there's horns honking and everything like that, see if you can get into that deeper state in which you're just hearing the birds and the bugs and the small things around you much more than that loud noise in the background. And that is just background noise. And so you focus on that more subtler, quieter sounds, and they're the sounds of nature. That's what, the rustling through the leaves with the wind. That's a wonderful sound to listen to and to be connected to that and just feel that. Just feel like you're part of that wind. That's a wonderful feeling to have. Or to feel that water as it's going down the stream And you're watching a leaf, it falls into the little stream or the creek, and you watch it go down the stream, and it's a great way of just letting all of your emotions of the day go down the stream along with the leaf, and watch it just disappear, and just feel like a cleansing came over the whole body, because that's the way to cleanse each day. To go to that sacred little spot that you have. It's a bench, it's a spot. Find your spot. Everybody has their spot. And so, dogs will search out a field for their spot, and then they walk around several times and then drop down after they found their spot. So we as human beings have our spots too. And so all of us like to go to certain places to feel better, feel uplifted. And what I'm saying is, don't exclude nature. Nature that's what's inherent in every single human being here is nature. We're all part of it, and yet in many ways we don't want to participate in nature. We want to do all kinds of other things that go against nature, like our cell phones, like our iPads, like headphones on and music playing. These are all things that are sort of distractions from nature. These don't necessarily connect ourselves with nature. And some of the there are some apps that have different things on there with nature sounds and things like that. These are beneficial. I'm not saying these aren't beneficial, but what I'm saying is, you don't need to pay for an app to have that. You don't need to put that on a screen on your TV that you're seeing nature. Go out in nature, find a local spot somewhere. There's got to be some, all kinds of cities and towns have parks. I don't know of any town that doesn't have some kind of space that isn't, kept as a natural space for people. There's environmental laws that kind of protect some of that even. There should be a certain amount of natural spaces available in your area. And, you don't have to travel far for a lot of these. Or you just go to a small park where there's some trees, or for that matter, even a cemetery itself. If that's, there's quiet there and there's trees and it's, gorgeous looking, and you're not thinking about, passing, I suppose. That's a wonderful place to go for clearing, where there's a lot of trees is your clue. And the trees invite a lot of living things, everything from bugs to animals that live there in the tree. And the tree is vibrant and has lived a long time there. And just being with that tree and breathing in that oxygen from that tree, you are so much enhancing the quality of the oxygen going into the body. Way more than anything you can experience anywhere else other than being in that kind of environment of where there's numerous trees. And if you can only be around one tree works, it's what's available to you. And so, you go out and see, if you sit on that chair or that bench or on the ground, if you don't feel better after you sit there, sit and just relax and breathe and feel the breath coming in and out of the nostril, and feel that oxygenated breath moving in through your body and speaking to every cell and nourishing every cell, and just bringing you back more to that homeostatic space of energy where we all need to be on a regular basis, but spend so much time working and inside buildings and so on and so forth, we forget how to nourish ourselves. And this is a way to nourish yourself in nature. And so with that being said, I wish you a lovely day. Please look at some of my other videos. There's lots and lots of cool videos that I've had on here already that will nourish you and help you build and design paths of your own, how to help you deal with chronic pain and suffering in your life. And we all have that at some extent. And so look through my videos. There's some wonderful Yoga Nidra videos. There's, great ones on teaching you things on how to live well. For example, like a tongue scraper and a neti pot. great ways to deal with allergies, and very inexpensive. And so anyway, look at some of my other things that are out there. Lots of great, nice videos to help you and enhance your life. And with that being said, I wish you a wonderful day. Namaste, Jai Bhagwan, and may you see the light within yourself and within all others.